on Monday. It is called 1989. Please say hello to Taylor Swift. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I want to start by maybe embarrassing you a little. I want to read some of the reviews you got today for your album. I don't know if you've seen these yet, but Time Magazine, 1989 marks her most impressive sleight of hand yet, shifting the focus away from her past and onto her music, which is as smart and confident as it's ever been. Rolling Stone says this is still an artist who likes to let it rip, deeply weird, feverishly emotional, wildly enthusiastic. 1989 sounds exactly like Taylor Swift, even when it sounds like nothing she's ever tried before. The New York Times said, by making pop with almost no contemporary references, Miss Swift is aiming somewhere even higher, a mode of timelessness few pop stars even bother aspiring to.
Like, you just, like, when I hear stuff like that, I just, like, don't have any control over, like, my body. I'm
really?
Just, like,
do you get excited or do you not care?
I care.
You do care. Okay, good.
People who say they don't care are lying.
They're lying, right?
Everyone cares. Everybody cares what the New York Times and Rolling Stone say.
Yeah, right. And don't forget Time. They also liked you, too.
Time Magazine, my God.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that's what I sound like after people say stuff like that. And honestly, this is the day that the reviews are rolling in, so.
Are you nervous? Do you get nervous about the new album coming out?
Well, I'm not nervous about the fact that I'm more confident about this album than I've been about any of the other ones I've put out, which is a really nice feeling. But it's almost like you're releasing this thing into the world that you've spent 2 years with, and it's just been mine for 2 years, and now it's everybody else's, and, you know, I'm like sending it off to college, you know?
You kept it very secret, I know. It was, for a time, is this true that it only existed on your phone?
Yes.
And you would only let people listen to it through headphones, so in case somebody recorded it?
Yes, I have a lot of, you know, maybe not irrational fears of security invasion, wiretaps, people eavesdropping, all the things that
What about the fear of dropping your phone in the toilet? Is that not one of your fears? Because it happens to me to like 40% of my phones.
You know, I didn't think too much about that.
Would have been bad.
But yeah, the album for the first year and a half, well, actually, almost 2 right now, the album existed on my phone, which is covered in cat stickers, and the volume buttons don't really work that well because there's candy stuck in there. So it's a very sophisticated system we have going.
I mentioned a story, I told the story to the audience before you came out about when you were very young. I think you were 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah. Oh, I was 14.
Here, 14 years old.
Yeah,
Even
I was
more. By the way, the guy who threw you out of our show, the guy who you showed up to meet our music booker, you wanted to play a song for him, he said, "No, you may not play a song for me. Get out of our building," is standing right there. His name is Scott Igo. That's Scott. Scott, did it or did it not happen? Did that not happen?
Yeah, it happened, but not exactly like that. There was no pointing of the finger.
There was no pointing of the finger? Well, I took some creative license.
It was a dramatization.
Yeah, that's right. Do you remember that?
Well, okay, so I remember it vaguely, but looking back, all's well that ends well, because I think of it like this. I think you probably would have gotten in more trouble with Jimmy had he wandered out and been like, why is there this random 14-year-old tiny child sitting here with a guitar case? What's happening here?
No, you don't know Jimmy that well. Jimmy is very kind to children, even if children are in an area where alcohol is being served.
Well, that's me, and
well,
that's not
I'm
legal.
glad you don't hold a grudge, but I'll tell you something. I do hold a grudge.
Okay.
Guillermo, grab some of the security guys. I want Scott thrown out of this building right now. Take him out, guys. Yeah. Can I tell you something? I know it seems like a joke, and Scott probably now is thinking this is a joke, but I'm actually having him thrown out of our building.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, why not?
You with your little hijinks, when you had that girl who was twerking and she fell over and she caught on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, I legitimately was backstage. I was on the Red Tour. I was in my dressing room, and I started screaming at my phone watching this video. I was like, someone help her! And I was just like, no, this isn't funny. Why do you guys think this is funny? Why is this viral? Our society is sick. We're all sick. And it was you. You made that whole thing up. You're sick.
I'm going to have myself thrown out of the theater.
I was like, we're laughing at a girl who caught on fire.
That is the point I was trying to make. That was my commentary on American society.
I get it, and it worked. It really made me think.
Thank you. That's why I'm here.
It was disturbing.
This is the album. It's called 1989. We'll be right back with Taylor Swift.
Jimmy Kimmel Live are brought to you by Subway. Get to Subway now and grab a limited edition Diet Coke cup for a chance to meet Taylor.
Well, look at that. All those people are here to see you. That is unbelievable. Taylor Swift is here. We've shut down Hollywood Boulevard. There's many, I haven't counted them, but I think there's about 15,000 people out there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty, I mean, that's pretty crazy that, you know, be an individual, that many people want to see you.
It's astonishing. I like it.
We got some questions via Skype video message for you, and I think we have one question.
Hey Taylor, my question is, imagine that we had some sort of give us situation where all our memories were erased, but you could pick one song from 1989 that we all remember. What song would you pick and why?
Oh my God, that's an amazing question.
Bianca Zuccolo Ferry.
I'm blown away by that question. I think it would be the last song on the album. It's called Clean, and I wrote it with Imogen Heap, who's one of my favorite artists. And it's just a song that's really special to me, and it's been kind of one that everybody's been really talking about. And I think it's a song that might help people go through things.
Is it about personal hygiene?
As you would expect, yes.
You've been releasing little bits of your lyrics online, and I was thinking maybe we can go through these. Maybe you could illuminate some of these. One night he wakes, strange look on his face, pauses, then says, "You're my best friend," and you knew what it was. He is in love. Can I tell you what I think this is?
Yes.
Are you saying he's in love with someone else?
No, it's a commentary. It's a song that I wrote that was like loosely based on, I wrote it with my friend Jack Antonoff, who's dating my friend Lena,
yes,
who you know.
Lena Dunham, yes.
And Jack sent me this track to the song. It was just an instrumental track he was working on, and immediately I knew what the song needed to be. And I wrote it as kind of a commentary on what their relationship has been like. And so it's actually me looking in and going, like, this happened, then that happened, then that happened, and that's how you knew you're in love.
I see. Because when I hear the word friend, I think that's it. There's no love. No love's happening. I think of you as a friend, and then that's that.
No, isn't that supposed to be, you're supposed to be friends, and you're supposed to be in love? And
that's what I keep telling women, but it doesn't really go along. Yeah. You always knew how to push my buttons. You give me everything and nothing.
What are you going to do with this one?
I don't know. This one I don't know. I like that you put it in an elevator, and I like that you tore a little heart shape out of the picture, too.
Thank you.
That's you really wrote that yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to make these and to see the final product, but if you were to see me actually creating them and being like...
You don't have a team doing this for you?
Yeah, I'm like you know, bent over, like, on the bed, like, just trying to figure out, like, what can I do with this piece of cardboard? Where's a Sharpie? And yeah, but it's fun to like put things up on Instagram, and people. I read an article that was like this art-directed campaign on Instagram with mirrors.
Really?
I'm like,
that's kind of a compliment,
you with
isn't
a
it?
Sharpie and some scissors.
Here's one more. You see, if I don't do my laundry tonight, I'll probably do it over the weekend.
That's not one of mine.
You know what? I think that may be for my next album.
Yeah. That one will be a little less critically acclaimed, I think.
One funny thing that happened, and tell me, I heard this happen, and it sounded like a joke to me, but in Canada, I think 2 days ago, they put your song up on iTunes. It instantly went to #1. It was the 3rd track of the song. But then what was the track that everybody heard?
It was a mistake, and it wasn't a song that they ended up posting. They ended up posting 7 seconds of static noise.
And it went to
so
#1.
It went #1, and I was like, what is going on?
Well, it just goes to show you, you really don't need to work that hard on this stuff, you know?
Yes, I've been really overthinking this entire thing. I've been really trying too hard, clearly.
Like the Beatles' White Album, this is your take on that. It's just white noise that you put out. Well, you're gonna sing for us. You're going to play for us out on Hollywood Boulevard. Everybody's very excited. We must wait for no time. Taylor Swift.